morning. How you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Come on in, guys. Welcome to my channel, guys. How are you guys doing this beautiful day? Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to my channel. Today we have more updates on Frank Edoho and his ex-wife. Guys, Frank Edoho's ex-wife came out with a banger, speaking about what led to the divorce, what led to their whole divorce. She was even mentioning names of the women that were in the life of Frank Edoho. Guys, apparently, she alleged that Frank Edoho was having extramarital affairs in that marriage, and he was also keeping malice with her. So guys, come on in, let's talk about this. Let's talk, guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Fosti Onyim, and you're welcome to my channel. Please, as you come in, like this video, subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up. That's what I mean when I say like the video. Subscribe to the channel and also stay tuned as we talk about it. Guys, there's more updates on Frank Edoho. So the last time we talked about Frank Edoho, we were sort of sympathizing, or I was sort of sympathizing with him concerning the whole way the divorce went. But apparently, Frank Edoho was not a saint according to what his wife just released. So we are going to talk about that today. Meanwhile, before we hear about what Frank Edoho's wife said, let us get a little bit insight of who Frank Edoho's character, or sorry, let's get a little insight of what Frank Edoho's character is like. Frank Edoho stated that he is the king of malice. And you guys know, when a man is keeping malice with a woman that he calls his wife, that malice, which is also a lack of communication, will lead to the eventual breakdown of that marriage. So apparently that was what happened in Frank Edoho's case. Welcome, guys. Come on in, guys. You're welcome back to my live channel. So let's just listen to some videos of what Frank Edoho, was saying then. Okay, let's listen to this one. This is an old video of Frank Edoho.
This woman, not the woman he cheated with, but a woman, it is impossible for her to be in love with someone.
I disagree. Uncle, no.
Okay, no. Tell me why.
I feel like there are definitely women that can cheat without any emotional attachments. They are just cheating for whatever reason, because they want to. And they also exude masculine energy. Yes, exactly. As well. They're not women that exude masculine energy.
Let's talk about the aftermath. After you sleep, after the guy sleeps with the girl, after you sleep with the guy, you find out that the sex was fantastic, like fireworks, like 4th of July fireworks and everything and stuff. Are you going to tell me that you will still be in love with that guy the same way and not have a little bit of that love go to the other guy? I rest my case.
No, I'm not answering that.
Because you usually have an answer. No.
Guys, this video that we just listened to was an old interview of Frank Edoho, where he was saying that men are polygamous in nature and that they can cheat while being in love with their wives, but the cheating outside doesn't mean that they don't love their wife. If you didn't hear it properly, I'm going to play it again. So let's listen. I'm going to keep quiet now.
Facts don't care about your feelings. The fact is true that when a man cheats, a man can cheat and still be in love with this woman, not the woman he cheated with, but a woman, it is impossible for her to be in love with someone.
I disagree. Uncle, no.
Okay,
no.
tell me why you
I
think
feel like
that
there
is.
are definitely women that can cheat without any emotional attachments. They are just cheating for whatever reason. Because they want to. And they also exude masculine energy. Yes, exactly. Well. They're not women that exude masculine energy.
Let's talk about the aftermath. After you sleep, after the guy sleeps with the girl, after you sleep with the guy, you find out that the sex was fantastic, like fireworks, like 4th of July fireworks and everything and stuff. Are you going to tell me that you will still be in love with that guy the same way and not have a little bit of that love go to the other guy? I rest my case.
No, I'm not.
So guys, Frank Edoho is of the opinion that a man can cheat on his wife while still being in love with her. And that made me to, have a rethink that, what do you mean that a man can cheat while still being in love with? So that means that you don't even think that you owe your wife that loyalty, of being monogamous with her. You think that you can keep her in the house like maybe a property, an old radio or an old TV. You can just keep her in the house like that, and she will remain the way you kept her for you. So marriage is about loyalty between two people, fidelity. Once that fidelity is out of the way, most times it leads to breakdown of marriage. So Frank having that mindset that you can cheat on your wife while still being in love with her, I just think that that's BS, and he knows it. So let's listen to another clip of Frank Edoho's old interviews. These interviews that he had previously had were what kind of gave people a little insight to what the ex-wife was saying. I want to play these audios first, so that we can then listen to what his wife said and read her statement to get better insight on what happened. Okay? So I'm going to play another clip now. Let's listen, guys. A minute, guys. Let's listen.
I will not talk to you. If you cross the line, my wife knows now. I am the king of malice. I will not talk to you. I will be whistling with my children. Oh, I love you. I'll be doing all those things. I say, okay, Daddy's going to, what do you want me to buy for you? I'll go out, come back late. That is the beating. That suffices physical ones. Why are you going and beat a woman, then what? I don't do that. So anybody that says from any corner, crack, or crevice that brings out the proposition that I beat women, so the person's a big fool.
Guys, I'm going to play this clip again. Frank Edoho is saying that he is the king of malice. So let's just listen to it just one more time before I analyze it.
So the person's a big fool. The best punishment I can give a woman is malice. I can stay in the same house with you, I'll not talk to you. If you cross the line, my wife knows now, I am the king of malice. I will not talk to you. I will be whistling with my children. Oh, I love you. I'll be doing all those things. I say, okay, Daddy's going to, what do you want me to buy for you? I'll go out, come back late. That is the beating. That suffices physical ones. Why are you going and beat a woman, then what? I don't do that. So
imagine what a man is saying. Frank Edoho was saying that he is the king of malice, that his wife knows. If he has an issue with his wife, instead of sitting down and having a mature conversation, with her concerning the issues at home, he prefers keeping malice with the wife. He goes out late, come back late, and just attend to his children and calls it a day. He doesn't communicate with the wife. He's the king of malice. And I'm like, no, you're very wrong if this is your mindset, Frank. You're very wrong if this is your mindset. Communication is one of the, key strengths that holds a marriage. Whereby there is a lack of communication, a breakdown of communication, then the marriage is nearing the end. So you have to communicate with your wife. keeping malice with her as a way to punish her, because that's what he said, that he would, instead of beating the wife, he would rather keep malice with her. That's also emotional torture. You understand? So if you keep malice with her, at the end of the day, you're telling her that she is not that important, and also teaching her how to exist and live and function without you. So that is where Frank Edoho got it wrong. I hope that he changes this his mindset. If not, he's going to keep, having issues like this, especially relationship issues. So let's listen to another of his old clip before we move on to what the wife said. So let's listen. Have a listen, guys.
To be in love with one woman and still cheat, but still be in love
with that
same woman. That you will tell you that when it's time, when he feels he's losing, he'll just say, you know what, everybody go. We'll be in love with someone. So, I love you. You can be on the phone now. I love you. Then see another one. I'll call you right back. And he's already invested. But women are not really like that.
I feel like you think you know women. I feel like you think you know. Now I feel like now you're generalizing. Now you're generalizing as well. Now you're generalizing. You believe that you gave men a pass that men can cheat because they have no emotional connection.
Listen,
or women should not cheat because they'll be emotionally attached.
According
Who told you?
Possible for a man to be in love with one woman and still cheat, but still be in love
with that
same woman. That you will tell you get when.
Mr. Frank, if this is your mindset, you really have to change it. The way you men say you're polygamous in nature, that's the same way women are polygamous in nature. Everybody has options. Everybody has choices. You just only have to decide that you're going to be with your wife. You're going to make it work. So you don't give the men the pass that they can have, the liberty to cheat, and you expect women not to do the same, not to toe in that line. No, you're absolutely wrong. So guys, that is the mindset of Frank Edoho that made people to believe what his wife is saying now. So let's listen to what Frank Edoho's wife, said. Let's just listen. I'm going to read it. She posted on Instagram what she, went through with Frank Edoho. And okay, let me just read, guys. So she said, surviving a bitch AN. I don't want to complete the statement. Okay, surviving Frank Edoho. Let me just keep it calm. Choosing to remain silent may give mixed signals to the narrative that a sadist and a narcissist peddles, making everyone believe he is a victim. Choosing to marry a man, raising our beautiful kids, single-handedly building and growing a successful design business, and giving myself wholly, undiluted, and faithful through and through, until you decided that while I am pregnant with our first child, you would rather have a prolonged affair that lasted years with an actress, Mbong Amata, amongst other women. Where do I even begin? The nights crying on the floor, begging that you see me, with you walking out and not returning for days. So Sandra, ex-wife of Frank Edoho, is claiming that Frank Edoho was having extramarital affairs while in the marriage. So, continuing, she said, all the days you tormented me to abort our second child because you were in numerous relationships and not ready to be a father. Through the emotional, psychological, mental, and physical torture and abuse, I stayed committed, faithful, shielding you, carrying the burden, but you are a shell washed up and dried out. You live for validation on the internet. So enjoy your 10 minutes, your 10 seconds of pity party. A deadbeat. That is exactly what you are. I single-handedly sponsored your lavish lifestyle. I single-handedly paid all your bills, the trips, business class tickets, five-star hotels, luxury trips, all the home bills, including that of the other children from your previously failed marriage. I took your mom abroad to the United States and she lived in my parents' home for years. I tried to cover you. I tried to protect you, tried to shield you. No one knew how empty you were, how empty you still are. She continued, have you ever paid school fees? Have you ever? How all you did was abuse the financial access you had to my funds, squandering my money on prostitutes and loose women. So many numerous transactions in Lekki hotels, Airbnb, lounges, and bars. Sold my property without my permission for chicken change and still squandered the earnings from it within 1 week on different girls. Documented evidence day, chai. Disappearing for weeks on end with loose women and whores like Adeze Ugbaja at the Hard Rock Cafe, or is it Tega Dominic, the BB Naija girl, or is it Amaka Okeke, whom you claimed you were trying to get endorsement and sponsorship for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, who you brought into our home to sleep with on our matrimonial bed, or is it the smelling prostitutes whom you led into our home, where I had to video record you escorting her to the gate, or is it where you had, or is it the horror you had on our Snapchat, frolicking in her bikini, snapping with your own phone while you were there, blowing kisses to her? Guys, these words are or is it when I caught you talking to one of your girlfriends for over an hour and I barged in on you with so much anger I almost passed out from anger for real? Tapes and evidence dey, but what is really the point of sharing with the world? They will still talk, mock, laugh, and make skits. Can you go to a faceless blogger and post? Frank, you don't want to go there. Where do I start? Where do I begin? I was a great wife, a faithful wife to the core, but a time comes when a woman must choose herself. I chose myself and walked away, filed for divorce too. As an adult woman, I am free to be friends with and date whomever I please. Please move on with your life. To family and friends who have walked this journey with me and know the truth, thank you for your prayers and support. That was quite a lot, guys. Frank Edoho's wife is claiming that there was extramarital affairs in that marriage on Frank's part, and that Frank Edoho sold her property without her consent and he was spending it on different women. That is what Sandra, who was the ex-wife, the second wife of Frank Edoho, claimed. And so there's this tape that is going around of her conversation with Chike, guys. So according to Sandra, the marriage had ended before she started dating Chike. So she's trying to tell us that she did not commit adultery, that she was faithful in the marriage until she decided that no, she's done with Frank and she filed for divorce. She said she was the one that filed for divorce. So let's listen to the audio clip that was a conversation between Sandra and Chike. Let's just have a listen.
Well, let's do something, right? Let's do one last thing, and then by the time we're done with that last thing, we block each other like from where we are. Hold on now, have an open mind. Have an open mind now, calm down. Wait now. Wait, now I've not finished talking and you're talking rubbish. So I'm saying, let's be definite about it, right? It's not just blocking, like, but also just Xing. No, like Xing, like never talking again, never ever talking again, never ever seeing again. But then one last thing has to happen before that happens.
Guys, before I continue playing this audio, this was seen on Cutie Juice's page, and apparently or allegedly, let me use that word allegedly here now, is the voice note between Sandra and Chike. So they were talking that before they go separate ways, from the write-up there, Frank Edoho has already found out that she was cheating. So she and Chike were now strategizing on how to go forward after her husband found out that Chike was in the picture. So let's continue with the audio clip.
You want me to say it? Cost me how? Channel now, for reals. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm serious. Like, this will just put an end to it. I'm telling you, facts. Channel now. You think about it. Like, is that not fair? That's not stupid. But I mean, we've been stupid all along. So let's do the one stupidest thing. Yeah, let's do the last stupidest thing. And then from there, oh God. Hey, that's the solution.
Guys, she was saying, let's do the last stupidest thing. Like, let them have one for the road before they call it quits. That was just what the audio was saying. And according to Cutie Juice, this was a leaked audio between the ex-wife of Frank Edoho and Chike. This is crazy, guys. So why will you still remain in a marriage when they're cheating here and there? It's best to, divorce, do the honorable thing, divorce properly, and each person go their separate ways. Thereby you are free and you're allowed, to date again if you want to. But remaining in that union and, committing a lot of sacrileges is really, really sad. It's really bad. This now shows the breakdown of marriage, in the society. The way marriages are breaking down, the decadence in marriages now is on the high rise. So that is the audio, of Sandra and Chike. She was telling him that they should get one for the road before they finally call it quits. Guys, this is crazy. What do you think? Put down your thoughts in the comment section. Put down your thoughts, guys, because this situation, and the other women that she was boldly calling their names in her write-up, some of them have come out, to debunk her claims. Tega wrote on her Instagram page that is all cap, meaning it's all lies, what Sandra was saying. So one other woman, let me see her name now. Let me just get her name real quick. Ambassador Dr. Amaka Okeke, who is operating under the Diary of the Lion Queen. She also, hi guys, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Okay, let's see some women debunking the claims of Sandra. Ambassador Dr. Amaka Okeke, she wrote, over the past few hours, my name has been wrongly linked to false and baseless allegations currently circulating online. For clarity, Frank Edoho and I met in 2024 on strictly business-related matters and only became good friends in May 2025 when he was dealing with a personal matter, which I will not bring up here for privacy reasons. Any narrative beyond this is completely untrue. I am deeply disappointed to see my name attached to narratives that are malicious, baseless, and entirely inaccurate. I kindly ask that people refrain from spreading unverified claims that may harm individuals, families, and reputations. I remain focused on my work and will not be engaging further on this matter. My legal team have been informed accordingly and will take action in due course. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with support. Ambassador Dr. Amaka Okeke. Guys, debunking. Ha. Okay, so Tega, the ex-Big Ninja housemate, also debunked through her management. So Tega said, I honestly did not want to speak on this because I have spent a long time trying to stay away from unnecessary drama. But at this point, my silence is no longer helping. I have absolutely no sexual or emotional relationship with Frank Edoho. Frank is a great guy and a very good friend of mine. We started talking around mid last year after he sent birthday wishes to my mom. Like many people in the industry, we already knew each other through social media and mutual familiarity. He is also my kingsman. There was never anything inappropriate with us. The first and only time I hung out with Frank was with my manager, Paul Ukonu, present. I have absolutely nothing to hide. And honestly, if I ever had anything to do with Frank romantically, I would say it with my full chest. He was separated at the time, and I am also separated. If you know me, you know I have never been the type to hide or sneak around. I say things exactly as they are. I have worked too hard to build myself and my brand step by step to allow false accusations stain my name like this. I owe it to my family, friends, supporters, and the reputable brands I work with to protect my reputation. I believe it is important for evidence to be provided because I will not let this slide. My name cannot be dragged carelessly into false narratives. This has honestly been very upsetting for me, but moving forward, my lawyers will handle the matter appropriately. There will be consequences. Guys, the light has gone on. Don't worry, we are just rounding up. So, most of these women who their names were mentioned by Sandra, the ex-wife of Frank Edoho, they are coming out debunking that they are not associated with Frank Edoho in any such way. So, guys, in something this messy, people are going to debunk to save their reputation, to save their name. And I think it's a good one for them to save their reputation. It's a good one because this is messy. This is really, really messy. What do you guys think? Put down your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you believe now? Do you believe Frank Edoho? Do you think he was wronged? He was the victim? Or do you think that the wife, Sandra, was the victim? Story don't yakpa now. So everybody is trying to save him or herself, oh guys. So now I'm going to end this video quite shortly with these voice notes between Frank Edoho and media personality Titi Lokpe Faith, in which he accused his ex-wife of having an affair with singer Chike. So in this audio, Frank Edoho said he approached Chike to confront him about the affair. He called Chike that stupid boy and said the singer was shaking like a leaf when he confronted him. Guys, it's really, really crazy. It's really crazy. Wow. Okay, let's just quickly listen to it. just quickly listen to a little clip of it and, you know.
Oh, hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing now?
Fine, sir.
Alright, okay. First of all, I want to thank you for telling people what I really meant, because most people didn't watch to the end of the video, and even if they did, their emotions took over their logic. So you hit the nail on the head exactly, and one other guy too, exactly. But everybody is jumping with it because they want to create content with it. So the reason why I'm calling you is I want to confide in you, and I want to put a stop to all this. The way I'm going to put a stop to all this, I will tell you. But firstly, let me tell you. Since 2022 December until January of last year, not this year, January last year, that news that came out is very, 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 very true. I approached that stupid boy because this is my second marriage. I approached that stupid boy. I saw him one day. He was shaking like a leaf. And I told him, I said, do you know who I am? He said, yes. Okay, so what the hell are you doing with my wife? He was with a girlfriend.
Wow.
Said about old women. He had a serious girlfriend who wanted to marry. She's young. So that crap he was talking about, old women and everything. He had a girl that he wanted to marry that was engaged to. The girl, her name was Precious. I met him and I told him, I said, if my wife is stupid enough to want to cheat on her husband, why would you, a small rat, encourage it? And he went, is that what she told you? I said, dude, I have your recordings. I said, I have your recordings, you talking to my wife. And I told him, I said, see what? I said, me, I am not somebody. If the woman was worth anything to me in terms of like before when I married her, before she started all this nonsense, I said I would have shot you in 2 kneecaps. You would be confined to a wheelchair. She's not what, really not what to me. Because if a woman can do that to the husband repeatedly, with the same guy, repeatedly. No, I'm just pouring my heart out so that you understand the thing that I had to go through. I have evidence to burn 2 of them on a stick. I have evidence to burn 2 of them. I have like 6 recordings. I have a text message the idiot sent to me apologizing after that day I met, but they still went back at it. See, let me tell you, I have been facing this thing. Some people knew, but I held it to my heart because I have 2 boys. I told that guy, I said, I have 2 boys from this woman and I want to raise them. Leave this woman alone, maybe she will come to her senses. Then I will overlook it. I'll take one for my sons. They continued. In the audio, she's the one encouraging the guy. I don't know what I did to deserve that. Let me tell you something. That woman, I sent her to school in 2010 to 2011. We were married then. That was when we met. She went to school, came back, and she said she wanted to go work. I said, you should do a business. What do you like to do? She said she likes skincare and interior. I said, skincare is going to get you a lot. Let's do interior. So she did. I found her first carpenter for her. I raised everything I did. I studied interior design photography for her for 4 years. I was very good at it, and the reason why most people don't know is that I had just one client, her, and she wasn't paying me. So I was doing all this for my wife until I raised her to the extent that trouble now started. So she felt that she was big and started an affair with this guy. If the guy should not agree. There was a time that I left her. I said, okay, let me just go. I left for 3 months. I went and stayed in a hotel. She was looking for me for 3 months, crying, crocodile tears. Finally found me. Finally got me out of the hotel. I came back, only for her 2 weeks later to go back. I have the recordings. So now, the thing that annoys me, see, my own is this. I was ready. I held all this evidence. I left on my own. So there was one day I couldn't take it anymore. And I said, all right, give me back my ring. And she fought me for that ring. I took the ring back. Then she went and called her father. Her father stays in Houston. And said, oh, that man handled her. I said, okay. Then the father said, okay, leave the house. So the next day she packs from the house. I had hid it already. I waited. She packed everything from the house. I closed the door, changed the locks. My boys were still with me, but she said she needed time to go and fix the house. Next week she comes back, I think next 2 weeks, she comes back knowing that I did not chase her, I did not even do anything. Because me, I told her, I said, see, I hope you know what you are doing, because when this thing goes down, I will not come back. And that's what happened. She came back and said, oh, do you miss me? I said, yeah, sorry, you are done. You are done. A month later, she came and picked my kids, went. Everything was going on well, and she went. She even allowed my children to come and stay with me for one weekend and went back and everything. Then it got to a point where she saw that I had moved on. Because you are with your boyfriend now, so me. I said, okay, me too. Yeah, I will go. I wasn't outside, I wasn't going out because I was just focusing my heart, my soul, my strength on that woman. Then I went out. All it took was she just saw me with a very beautiful girl and everything. She lost it and went and took me to court that she wants a divorce. So it was just like anger. So, but the thing is this, if you don't wait for 2 years before you go to court, the court will ask you, why do you want the divorce before 2 years? You have to show proof. And I told her friends, I said, tell her that I have proof that she was misbehaving. So she shouldn't take that case to court because she was asking me if I should pay her 4 million every month for the children's upkeep. I said, well, it's not gonna happen. So anyhow, let's go. When I brought the evidence in front of the judge, the judge just said, please, you know that there are children involved. I said, well, according to this case, I'm the defendant. She's the plaintiff. So I think you're talking to the wrong person here. I'm merely defending myself. And that, all those things entered into court. I don't know if now it finally, so maybe that information now finally leaked through the court to QT Jules. Now, when the thing came out, so I found out that people were thinking that this thing just started now. So I put out a statement that it's 2 years I've moved on and blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, she now starts putting the narrative that, oh, it's the guy's team doing it. So tomorrow, I'm going to release an audio. Tomorrow is going to be a long day for some people. Because I'm going to do just that. Because I'm tired of being accused falsely. My first wife, when people talk about this malice thing, they think that I'll just come and start keeping malice with somebody.
Exactly.
Somebody that I love. Why would I do that? Nobody keeps malice with somebody unless it's like you rightly put it, silent treatment. The person has been like that. Someone cannot come and enter marriage and wasn't doing silent treatment or wasn't doing malice before, then he starts doing malice. I say if you cross the line, and by line, there are many things line means. I tried everything to stop this woman. I tried that malice, it didn't work. I tried leaving the house, for 3 months, it didn't work. I cried, it didn't work. And I was there for my children. I got our spiritual mother who will bear me witness, who she's not talking to. Our spiritual mother, who she introduced me to 16 years ago, and that woman is a holy woman. The woman doesn't talk to her anymore. And I tried. The woman knelt down in front of her, stop this. She knows me stop. Because she wants to die with chicken. So I said, okay. I left. Because me, when it gets to a point where I know that, this thing I'm just doing is futile, I'm on my way now. What are you talking about?
So guys, that was a really long one. We are going to end with this now. So the basis of this discussion is that Frank Edoho is accusing the wife of cheating on him with Chike while married to him. And that was what led to their separation and their ongoing divorce. The wife, Sandra, is also accusing Frank Edoho of extramarital affairs, of also cheating while in the marriage. So now, who are we going to believe? When there's cheating on both sides, it's just better you call it quits. Just call the marriage quits and everybody go their separate ways. What do you guys think? So this is where I'm going to end this particular live stream. Put down your thoughts in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, guys, and I will see you in another one. For now, take care of yourself and bye bye.